Hi, this is Meg McCarthy for CherryPicks. I'm at the Athleta store in Park City on Main Street for the 2023 Sundance Film Festival with the beautiful team behind the incredibly wonderful film Earth Mama. Hi, everyone. How are we doing?
Great.
Doing
So
good.
good.
Thank you so much for being here. I hope you all have been celebrating yourselves and each other. And congratulations on the film. Truly.
Thank you.
I was thinking a lot about Gaia, the Greek goddess, the personification of Mother Earth, and how we've been kind of culturally misled to view motherhood and mothers in a specific light, which has been incredibly damaging. Savannah, how does your film seek to restore and reclaim the image of motherhood and love?
I think something that we've been speaking about a lot and is really important to us is making sure that these mothers are not judged. And specifically for Gia, who Tia plays, she has to make some really difficult decisions. And she also has to deal with her own internal love of herself as well as her love of her children. But how does she do that? And how does she make herself feel good? And how does she make her children feel good? And what are all these responsibilities around that? And I think it's very easy for audiences to look at somebody, a mother who has kids in foster care and who makes a mistake and say, they're a bad mother. And our perspective is just to create more empathy for her and to take away that judgment that is, so prevalent.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. The film is such a beautiful celebration of women, obviously on screen, but off as well. This is for the cast. I can only imagine how magical this experience was making this film, so I'd love to hear from all of you, whether this was your first time or one of many. How did it feel being kind of surrounded and uplifted through this process by your filmmaker here and each other?
Yeah, this is my first time, and I was extremely nervous, but Savannah was very, very helpful with just explaining the story, and I think a lot of it had to do with just having empathy. You have to empathize with the characters and ask each other questions, and I was like, well, how would you feel if you were in this child's predicament, and how would that feel, and should she be judged, should she not, why, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it was just a lot of asking questions and being present and having empathy for all the characters. Mm-hmm. And Savannah was just very supportive in having a conversation. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. I always say the best stories educate and create empathy. And, yeah. Who would like to jump in? Tia?
Would you mind repeating your question?
Oh, sure. I would just love to know how working with Savannah and your beautiful co-stars, what that experience was like, or what did it teach you most about yourself?
Mm-hmm. That was my first time acting as well.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah, thank you. And also just kind of like my first time being outside again after having my baby. Mm-hmm. So I was doing a lot of shadow work and reappreciating myself, especially as a new mom. So being able to channel that through Gia and lend some, empathy and understanding to her, even though her story is, very different from mine personally. She's everywhere though. So working with Savannah was very personal, you know what I mean? In a way, I feel like I've gained a big sister, and understanding her and having empathy for her vision and bringing that to life as well. And also just considering, just every mother, whatever that may mean. Yep. Even our first conversation, about your sisters, your connection to motherhood was very natural and organic. So, yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
It was my first time doing Earth Mama. So I'll leave it at that.
Not your first time on screen by far.
No. I know these lean streets, these mean streets. But Savannah's a fantastic filmmaker. She knows what she wants. She has a really very intentional vision. And she's not afraid to project it and say it. But she also allows for you to bring what you have to the arena. And my goal as a performer was to not be an obstacle, not get in her way, and to also remain a little bit dispassionate for Miss Carmen. That's the character I play, because she has to do this a lot. And so I imagine that it's very heavy work. And there's a armor that she has to build and to protect herself so that she doesn't get drowned under the weight of these stories and the children and the young women and women that she has to not only mentor but also maybe help, but maybe in helping it might hurt.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know that. So she's trying to do her best. And so that was my job, to try to do that. And I'm full of opinions in real life. But Miss Carmen is very intentional. So.
Wonderful. Kelsey, every detail and aspect of this film heightens and highlights Gia's experience in such a poetic and profound way. Talk to me about finding the spirit of the film through music.
Well, it was pretty easy because everyone gave so much of themselves in such a beautiful way that just being able to capture everyone's essence through sound was a really beautiful journey. I find in my own work, empathy is a large theme. So to be able to coexist my own approach with my music along with Savannah's story, both coming from a place of empathy and also like non-judgment, so much of yourself too, and trust. And a lot of that is just, trust, letting go. And what you were saying is so right. In the same aspect of the music, Savannah knew exactly what she wanted and also left so much room for you to be able to take the direction and go with it from yourself. Yeah. And I felt that from everyone, It was just real. What everyone brought so much of themselves to it. And there was space for that, so I flew with that too.
Well, it feels like empathy is the main ingredient for art and creativity to thrive and grow. And I think this is probably the best example of that. And so I'm so happy for y'all, and I'm so excited for you and to see what everyone does next. And Erika, we're such a fan of all of your work. So thank you so much for today, and enjoy the rest of your festival.
Thank you very much.